Hi there. This is one of a couple of videos that I'm putting together to showcase some tools that were written by Dennis Clark. These were designed to help with programming bump and jump back in the early 1980s. As you can see, the program that we have here is called Foreground, and it was used to create the graphics for the player and enemy cars in bump and jump. So it was used by both Dennis and his partner Joe Jacobs in writing the game. So let's dive right in. So as we can see here, we're taken straight to an animation screen, and there's quite a lot going on here, so I'll just quickly run through what we can see. So the editor has two modes of operations. This is telling us we're currently in mode 1. It will allow us to edit up to 3 sprites or moving objects at the same time. So we're actually seeing 3 sprites here, the white bars, running man, red bars, and at the moment they are separate entities. Down at the bottom here we have the animation that the running man, so the center sprite, is being sequenced through, and these 2 arrows indicate which of the frames of the animation are currently being played. And then down the left here we have a menu. The number on the left is telling us a numeric keypad key that can be pressed, and then the command that it will activate or deactivate is in the next column, and then the final column here is indicating whether or not that particular option is currently active. So in mode 1 what we can do is preview the animation that we have. So using the disk we can move the center sprite around the screen if we so choose, and with the lower left and right action buttons we can move this pointer here to change the animation sequence. So you can see that the animation now is getting rather jumpy as I remove frames. So currently we're only animating from frame 1 to I think about frame 5. So it gets very jumpy. So this allows us to work on smaller sequences of cards. And then, as I said, the numeric keypad allows us to alter the nature of the sprites. So 1 will change the X size of all sprites, so they're no longer stretched in the X direction. Y mirror will mirror them in the Y direction. X mirror will mirror them in the X direction. Y size will double the size. Y full will switch between half pixels and full pixels. What's next? Past. Oh, it is. Sorry, is full, isn't it? Yeah. Y resolution. Oh, yeah. It's whether or not they're double resolution sprites or single resolution. Past turns on pastel colors. Link will link all 3 sprites together so that they act as one. So this allows you to build more complicated characters where several sprites are superimposed. And rotate will rotate the sprites. So if I let me unlink them to allow us to edit a different one of the 3 sprites in our trio. And then clear will allow us to change the color of the currently selected sprite. So mode 1 here obviously is essentially a preview mode to allow us to review our current work in progress. So let's just go back and turn on 4 and 1 so that we can have a larger view of the world. If I press enter, then I'll switch to mode 2. And now what we have is that we can see a number here which is indicating which frame we're currently editing, and so we're seeing this frame. So let's using the lower action buttons, we can switch from one frame to another to choose which frame we want to edit. And then, as you can see, I have a small flashing dot cursor here, which I can move around with the disk, and I can then invert pixels using the upper action buttons. And this allows me to edit my graphic if I so desire. And then pressing enter will put me back into preview mode, and you can see the impact of my wonderful work. So yes, so that, as you can see, would allow me to build up really quite complicated game characters. Now, the foreground, in fact, all of these tools are designed to be used in an environment where, like the play cable, where there's a lot of RAM, and so having worked actually on the Intellivision to build your character, the development kit, the picture sequences are then stored in RAM, and then your development kit would then allow you to transfer that RAM back to the programmer's computer so that the results can be integrated into a game and used. So yeah, there we go. So this is Foreground, the tool used by Dennis Clark and Joe Jacobs to construct the car characters and other foreground characters in Bump and Jump. Cheers.